All right, we're back, and we start with our tweet of the day by the Penguins historian Bob Grove, who knows more about this franchise than any person I know. He says Crosby's goal tonight, 73rd game-winning goal of his career, but first in Boston since 2012. Crosby got number 499. He continues to do things even 15 years into this, Paul, which are incredible. I thought coming into this game they needed secondary scoring. We haven't seen much of it, and Danton Heinen right back gives you 2 goals. They need more of that from more players. But to me, the story of this game was Tristan Jarry. And, a lot of people doubted him after the playoff run last year. I think he's gotten mentally stronger. I see in some of these games where he gives up stuff early and then shuts it down. He did that in the All-Star game in the second game he had to play against some of the best sharpshooters in the game. I think this is all good news moving forward for him as they head to the playoffs.
Well, there's no question. But again, until he does it in the playoffs, I keep hearing people say he's proving everyone wrong. I mean, he was pretty good in the regular season last year. I'm not saying he's not going to get it done, but we have to wait until to see does he get it? Does he actually get it done when it counts? And that's always going to be the questions about any player. Really is it's great that you have had great regular seasons, but can you get it done when it counts? And, again, he's a very small sample size, but so far he hasn't been very good when it counts. So we'll just have to see. I mean, he's playing incredibly well. I thought tonight he basically stole that game because, the Bruins had a lot of great chances and really generated a lot of offense. They just couldn't beat them.
Yep.
And, that's what you want from your goalie, obviously. Some nights you got to steal a game, and I think he stole tonight's game.
There's no question he did. We also have a lot of Twitter action on this topic here. Kevin Davis says this: Mario is wrong. NHL isn't a garage league. It's a garbage league. Marchand is a thug. He's a punk. He knows he can get away with this because the league won't stop him. And that's very spot on. In fact, the Penguins should have at times taken things in their own hands, maybe throw a punch back at him or do something to respond to that guy. Anyway, let's go to the lines, Paul. We got Mike in Greenfield joining us right now. Hey, Mike.
Yes, I was just wondering how Jarry feels when his own teammates couldn't stick up for him at the end of the game.
I think that's a valid question. I don't think he feels one way or the other, but he, as an observer, as soon as I saw that, I thought somebody needs to jump on that dude, I mean, it happens all the time in the NHL. This guy takes a swing at your goaltender, and then he goes after his face with a stick, which could have gotten under his throat. I would have jumped him. I would have done everything at that point. I'm sorry to say that, Paul, but it happens in the NHL, and the Penguins didn't respond. They just let it happen.
They kind of, there wasn't really a response. You're right. And then, after they got him off the ice and this and that and everything, if I'm Mike Sullivan, that's where I put the last 5 guys on my bench, and I tell them to go out there and knock somebody around. And there's no question about it. In the last 20 seconds or 30 seconds or whatever was left, it wouldn't have been about hockey at that point. By the same token, you won the game. You got out of there with a win. Maybe they just kind of felt like it's time.
Yeah.
Just we'll move on. We'll deal with it the next time.
Well, I know. And Jarry took the high road afterwards. He said it was part of hockey. He kind of downplayed it. And while I appreciate that, because I will advise most people to take a high road in situations, but in this case, I wish somebody would say, you know what, that guy has gotten away with too much, and it's time. Just to hear it from somebody other than fans or media. Somebody on anyway, let's go back. We got Larry in Sharpsburg. Larry wants to talk some hockey. What's up, Larry?
You know what? I go to hockey games all the time, Bob. I talked to you the last time about the power play. When I was down there when we played, I think it was the
Capitals?
I can't remember. No.
Oh, whatever. Go ahead.
Yeah. I just think that the shot that Marchand took on Jarry, no, wrong. I'm sorry. This has been going on with him for a long time. I mean, if he already has 7 incidents, I think they ought to just get rid of him for good. Out of hockey.
Well, they're not going to do that, and I wouldn't go that far. But